Well, I knew this day was coming 10 days ago when I was approached by a certain female doctor and her assistant carrying a 40-pound equipment bag that should have gone back in the vehicle immediately after coming out of the clinic. I knew that was a hit squad, which led to my suspension for a week from YouTube. Came up here deliberately trying to bring me food that were, she didn't let me look at the snack bar. It doesn't really matter. That's already been mentioned that that's one of the windiest spots, the coldest spot during the winter. During the summer it's great, but in the last video you'll notice I was saying that the Pflugerville PD was here. They politely handed me, and finally they're doing it correctly, because my attorney says criminal trespass has to be in writing. You can't do it electronically during the COVID times. It has to be served in writing. I have it in my wallet, and I can't sleep there anymore. And like, boo-hoo. It's a constant just battle against the wind. I'm sure they were probably getting overwhelmed by complaints by the Biden, I should say the Harris Walsh people who really hate us homeless bums, even though they have done everything they could to really, increase the homeless population with their endless evictions and stuff, their whole COVID thing. It's funny how all these liberals that run these big cities and stuff, they hate the homeless, and yet they give out free money for the homeless to come there and do drugs, and now they're changing their mind on it. But at present, I have no place to sleep tonight other than right in this chair, which I can do. I'm sure it was mostly just the hypochondriacs, the overpaid yuppie scum that I've been talking about so much, applying pressure to the staff. Or it was that specific doctor who came up here doing the attack that day. I told you, I can read their faces. It wasn't a friendly visit, bringing me water, chips that were made with potatoes, avocado oil, and sea salt, and then some kind of unknown health bar. She was actually the first to be. So anyway, sorry, I was watching, it looked like somebody was walking on the other side of the street. Well, there's a number of places to sleep around here, but there's no benches except for like Jack in the Box or something, or Taco Bell, where I can stretch out. And it's really thoughtful of them to ignore my edema, but it's their property. Well, actually, they said the owner but I'm pretty sure it's just due to the overwhelming fact that there's a election coming up, and the overpaid yuppie scum that are voting Harris Walsh don't want me there. Simple as that. And I'm pretty sure that the gyno doctor that came up here doing the whack job the other day, which she immediately watched the video and filed a complaint. And funny that at the 1 minute 8 second mark where they claim that I said something in violation of the World Health Organization, they don't have that link, and that's because I deleted the video on YouTube, as that was their request. I deleted it in my phone too. I'm just letting you know you're not going to be able to find me at my usual place at night. I knew this was coming sooner or later, and we'll see what the next step is. I bet you after the election, it gets even worse. Except that I think I'm on fairly friendly territory right here, right now. But it only takes a couple of nights of sleeping up, and the edema comes, sleeping, setting up, and the edema comes back in my legs. So thanks for thinking about my health, Scott and White. And thanks for getting all those surgical repairs done so quickly. It's 21 months, and the most important repair hasn't been even done yet. Yep. I don't really mind. It's to tell you the truth, because lately there have been people coming in, showing up, 4 minutes before closing time, and almost everybody passing me or getting near me has been just covered with fragrances that are just murdering me. It's I've got a place to go tonight that should be out of the wind and stuff like that. I need to go up there and scout it out and see how it works for a night, but I may not just go anywhere from right here. Why not? It's my biggest problem still yet. I would much rather be out of the public eye and off that bench. I've said it a million times. The problem is that I have trouble getting up off the ground. Between one bad knee that's really tender when I put any pressure on it, and then one non-functioning arm, it's really hard to get up. I did it 3 times and really hurt myself. But I had really soft ground for my knees and plenty of bushes and stuff to hang on to and work my way up. I accomplished it 3 times. I told my best friend, but then after that I said I don't think I should do it again, because it's really getting, if I failed, it'd be a 911, and I was in bushes where they would have had to bring out chainsaws and cut them down to be able to get a gurney in to get me out. So they may have also been listening and hearing that I've got a place to go to. The problem is that she's not in town right now. So I don't really actually have a place to occupy yet. So, look, I'm not angry. I knew it had to happen sooner or later, just based on the endless complaints. A lot of them are probably people that are not even born in this country. And certainly a lot of them are the overpaid yuppie scum who expect to be going into a spotless clinic and have every little thing, like I've got a rash. I've got a rash on my face. Can't even see it. I wasn't 6 feet away. I couldn't see any kind of rash. Anyway, at least they got it done politely, and as like they say, BFD. Shit. If I have to, I can sleep sitting up right here as long as I need to. And there's a few other areas I just am reluctant to venture very far from a flush toilet. Simple as that. And I knew they couldn't criminal trespass me from the entire system because I'm a patient. That would make them open to a lawsuit and a half. I could get an attorney in no time. Because you have to serve me with termination first. You have to tell me I'm no longer a patient before you can do that shit. Or you can go to the hospital. Why would I want to go to that hospital? It's full of yuppie scum. Overinsured, overpaid yuppie scum. It's amazing the amount of people in this town that are overpaid yuppie scum, and they're still envious of people who a century ago were simply conducting business and acquiring most of the land around here. And you people, all you do is whine about it. You need developers. If you allow haphazard development where every house is so radically different that it really screws with the property value. If you allow each person to develop their own little land, you're going to also, it's just going to. I have no problem with the people developing subdivisions for housing. You have a tendency to have a little more uniformity in places like Santa Barbara, California, where they have a fairly strict, unless you get grandfathered in, a strict Spanish colonial building code. It's a gorgeous town. I got no problem with that. And I got a feeling just talking about Reddit and the people on Reddit was enough to trigger a reaction from the leftards. These fascists hate homeless people, and yet they were the ones that pretty much aided and abetted the whole homeless scene and are profiting from the homeless industry. I'll see you guys later. I just thought I'd give you a little update.